All right, let me keep it real for some of y'all that are on Kick right now and, live streaming on Kick, and you're still pondering how you can grow on that platform. Um, the thing about Kick is it's a little bit different from Twitch. So if you expecting Kick to have everything that Twitch has, they don't have most of it at the moment. Um, many like the main reason is that they're still trying to puzzle some things together over there, and they're trying to figure out ways to really um, put together some tools that will be useful for content creators on that platform. So if you happen to be live streaming on Kick, you're gonna have to wait until they announce certain things that's gonna be coming out. But until then, take advantage of certain things that are like certain tools and sources that are out there for you to grow. Now, one of the main things that Kick really focus on is multi-streaming. Now, they are a firm believer in multi-streaming. Just like Twitch, they both believe multi-streaming is probably the best route for you as a content creator to pretty much like expand and get that exposure that you're trying to get as of just a content creator. It is a bit of a challenge because everyone is doing multi streaming, and the competition is a little bit heavier because people are now trying to be content creator. So how do you stay ahead of the next person is always the question that every creator have in their head, or they just focus on just putting out content in general. If you're a content creator, you just want to put out content. Um, you don't need to think about the competition. Always stay clear from the idea that I have to think about what everybody else is doing. Think about what you need to do. Think about the type of content you want to put out. The best advice I can give is clipping. Clipping. You know how you see some of your favorite content creators, they always clip, highlight moments from their stream. And I'm pretty sure you already know that. But often enough, they always form clipping, like literally form themselves just clipping moments, moment after moment after moment. That's what you need to really focus on. Is just clipping moments after moments after moments. At least get like 12 clips in a day if you can. Just try to get every moment from an embarrassment moment to a highlight moment to one of your fails, whatever moment that you can grab and clip, try to get that moment. Now, this is the next thing that you have to make a decision on what you want to do. When you get the clip, do you want to edit that clip or do you just want to just leave it out there and let people see what it is? Now, if you go the route of not editing, what you can do is have a good head title, have a good caption that really would get people to understand what is happening in the clip. Sorry, I had my headphones on because I was doing some stuff, but different story. But have a caption that really determines the video or the clip. Like the subject of the matter of the clip, that should be your caption. Let it be something catchy, something that may catch people's eyes and attention. Look, there are chat GPTs that can help you with coming up with a caption for your clip. There are, excuse me. So there are chat GPT AI systems that can help you determine a caption for your clip. Or you can just brainstorm each clip on what the caption should be. Remember, the caption has to be related to what is happening on the clip. So, whatever it is, you have to be very catchy and it has to really get some people's attention, okay? If that's the route you want to go, with its less work, because if you edit, you're gonna have more work on top of the clip. So now you have to do whatever it is to really make the clip stand out by just editing. But if you don't, you just have to make sure you have a catchy head title. Not just a head title, but caption. So you just need a catchy caption so that that really would get people attention to watch. And the clip it has to be good. It don't has to be great. It doesn't have to be bad, but if it's just overall just good enough, it will get some attention. Literally, it will get some attention. Um, so once you establish 12 clips with all different highlights, as of it having fail moments, hilarious moments, things in that nature, you want to make sure that all 12 of those clips, either you're going to edit all 12 clips or you're just going to have it like it is and just post it up. Now, for me, and this is my recommendation. Now, if you're not good at editing, if you don't have the money to afford to hire an editor, just put it out there. Just put it out there. Just like wing it from there and then figure out which one is going to get the most attention. And once you capture whatever lightning in a bottle with one of your clips, try to figure out how that particular clip is standing out amongst the rest of your clip. Why is that clip popular amongst the rest of the clips you've been putting out? So once you go to the analytics of your clips, make sure you go through the data as of the audience, as of where that growth came from, as of what place, like country, or what time. I think it's mostly important to figure out what time did that video start to gravitate more of those audience. So if it doesn't, like, for example, we're at 6:28 p.m. here Eastern. So if if one of my clip starts to draw audience around 5 o'clock, that means under 5 o'clock, it didn't pick up yet. So it was picking up roughly around 3 p.m. And then at 5 p.m. is when it's peak. So that is where my audience starts to really come in. Though 3 is where it starts to gravitate to some viewers. And then 5 is when it really picked up with all the viewers. So if you are a content creator, you want to think, you want to study your analytics. So once you see your clip gets that boost of viewership and likes, you want to go in your analytics and figure out where did that boost of viewership came from. Now, it doesn't have to come from whatever TikTok is offering, but if you post that up and all of a sudden, rather it's coming from the tags that you put into the clip, or rather it's coming from a time that you put the clip up. So you want to make sure you study that so that when you post the next clip, you already know that if you post it up on around 5 o'clock or below, actually roughly around 3. Remember, it picked up at 3. That was when it picked up. You posted it at 1, but it picked up at 3, but it peaked at 5. So when you posted at 1 and it didn't take off until 3, and then at 5 is when it picked up. Now you have to think, do I do the same method of just posting or uploading the clip at 1 p.m. and allowing that to pick up around 3 and hit the peak at 5? So if that's where you want to do as a content creator, is establish what time you want your clip to be is like uploaded, then you should make that your method as of all your clips being uploaded at 1. But if that's not how it started at 2 or 3, and you want to start at 3, then start at 3. Now, pay attention to the days. What day did that clip really picked up on? So if you post a clip today and you put it out there at 1, and it didn't draw that much audience, but it draws some audience attention, right? But on a Monday, it picked up around 2 p.m. EST time, and all of a sudden your viewership on that particular clip went way up, as well as your likes hitting up, and most of the comments are coming from on that particular day. That's when you go, Sunday's not fine, Mondays is where you want to post your clips up. So that's very important to really it's very important to really take the time to really dissect and analyze the numbers as of the the people, as of the age, as of the country, as of the time, and stuff like that, and study the type of clip that you put up there. That clip has a reason for it. Like has to be a reason for that clip to really pick up the most audience, because it has to be something about that clip that you probably overlooked, that you thought wasn't going to be getting that much likes, but it happened to got the most likes. So you have to look at that clip and study why did people like that particular clip, so that in the next coming clips that you're going to upload, you want to make sure that the next clip does better than that one, so that it has to align with that one clip, but you want to make sure that the next clip is better than that one. So it's just gathering data and information, and also having a call, what is it, call to action towards the end of the clip, as well as the beginning of the clip. So it depends on how you set up your call to action. So placing the call to action, I would say place the call to action in start of the clip, because I think if you put your title, or like your if you put where this clip is coming from, let's say it's coming from Kick, right? Because remember, y'all Kick streamers, you're trying to really get yourself out there. So if you put your social as of your Kick title, as of your tag, you want to make sure you put it in front of in the start of the clip, so that when that clip starts, people know exactly who you are and where they can find you on Kick. So you want to do that when you start it. Or you can wait towards the end and hopefully hope that they watch towards the end. But most recommendations is to put it from the beginning to the end. So that particular tag of your Kick social should be in the start of the video, in start of the clip. So you want that to carry over to moments of that clip into the end, so that people know where they can find you. So you want to make sure you put your call to action in the start of the video, so that people know what they're expecting from this particular video and where they can find you. So pretty much that's what you have to do. So you want to make sure that that particular social information is in the start of that clip. And if you're doing a YouTube video, make sure that carries over throughout the whole video, so people know where they can find you. So don't just hold off on your socials as of this, hoping that people just subscribe, but realizing that you could have capitalized on it, especially if the video happens, we're talking long form video, if it happens to garnish probably thousands and thousands of views, you want to make sure people know exactly where they can find you as of this live streaming, okay? So with that information, as of, getting 12 clips, if you're going to edit or not, if you're not going to edit, just make sure that you have a good caption. Make sure you use your social, as of your social media tags and stuff like that, in the start of the clip, so that it kicks off letting people know where they can find you on live stream. Also looking into the analytics of each clip that you post, so that you can come away knowing where did your clips start to see growth, from the audience to country to time. Those things are the information. So when you see that, write this down, or have it in your word pad. Write down every single information for every clip that you post, to see where your audience got the most attention and who was watching and stuff like that. So it's important to really gather data when you're analyzing your clips, to really figure out the best time to post your clips, why your clip got popular, who liked the clip, and stuff like that. So it's very important to use analytics. I really recommend that. Also, there's another thing you can do, which is schedule your clips. So most platforms have a scheduling system. If you do not realize that TikTok has one and YouTube has one, they all have a schedule. So let's say that you are an editor. or you happen to be editing your clips, your own clips. You got 12 clips that you're going to edit on a particular day. If you're going that route as it is editing clips on one day, you can pretty much set all the finished edit clips on a schedule where it doesn't require you to get off stream and do the editing for the clips. Whereas you just have a day set up for when you can get all those things done and then go back to live streaming and just focus on live streaming. So you can pretty much set up and design the day where it's just content day, depending on what day you want it to be on. But you can design a day where it's just me and the clips in the editing software that I'm using, that I'm going to design some good clip highlights, okay? So what you really want to do if you are going to edit your clips is just set up a day. And then at the same time, you have schedules on both YouTube and TikTok. What you do is you have every single clip that you completed, and you just set it up on a day and time that you want these clips to be out. If you want it out every day from Monday through Friday, you just set it up that way for each clip. Each clip should be out Monday through Friday. It should be uploaded by then with the proper, keywords for each clip. Now, another thing about using keywords, the keywords have to align with what the clip is about. So you have to make sure that the clips align with the hashtags that you're putting in that's going to get the attention. Now, certain hashtags really have a oversaturated number of people using them. So the chances of you in that clip really getting that audience is going to take a while. That is why when I say analytics is very important so that you can figure where is that trend of viewership coming from, what hashtag that you was using that garnished those viewers. So before you set up the schedule, look back at some of your uploaded clips before and figure out the time, the tags, and pretty much design a plan around those those key figures, and then post it up. From there, it should be fine. Once you do that, you have every information posted on your WordPad from the time and everything, as of the day, as of the time, like I said, and the tags and stuff like that for each clip. So you want to make sure you have all that information in front of you, and keep doing that. Every day that you have an off day when it comes to editing and making content to post on TikTok and YouTube and YouTube Shorts, just keep doing that. Keep gathering data every single time you have an edit day. Because edit day is the purpose of being a marketer, as of this, looking at the market as of, how everything is looking, as well as looking at the tags, as well as looking at the data and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that every day you keep updating your information to really figure out where you can keep posting your clips on a particular time, and what days are perfect for a clip, what days are not perfect for a clip. Like, you can look on the internet, they may give you information on this day being the best day to post, but then again, it doesn't always work for you. So you want to make sure you gather your own data so you figure out what's the best day and best time to post your clip. So when you continue to post clips every day, just keep gathering data. Keep writing down information. Keep jotting down stuff that could be important for your next clips and videos to be posted. So when you go to TikTok Studios, they do have a schedule. They do have the analytics for every clip. So just make sure you take advantage of it. The schedule is very important, especially if you want to get every clip out of the way so it doesn't distract you from doing what you need to do. As of this, posting the clips every time you get off screen. So when you use schedule, that allows you to give you time to just upload the clips and post them on the days you want them out. So when you do, like I said, when you do have a day dedicated to just editing content and creating content, you want to make sure that you use or take advantage of those particular tools that can really make your day a little bit less stressful. So scheduling and posting clips is probably the best step for any editor out there because it takes away the stress that they have to go through as they're just getting clips out and ready to go. Also, like I said, you don't have to edit. You really don't. That's up to you. But you don't. It's just if you have good clips, make sure you have great captions. That's all you need to do is make great captions. Great captions can really determine how good the clip is going to be. So you just got to make sure it's an eye-catching caption that people can really just look in and just catch their eye and watch the clip. So pretty much that's what you can do, especially if you're on Kick and you're trying to grow on Kick. You just have to multi-stream, which is the thing that they always preach. Multi-stream as well as this clip farm. You know, just continue to clip 12 to 20 a day, depending on how many clips you can get within the days of your streaming. And then make a day where you can just edit those particular clips that you've been farming and then have them out. But remember, not everyone has to edit the clips. You just have to make sure that the clips have great moments. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be top notch. But if it's something that it's relatable to a particular audience, they will watch the clip. If it's something that's funny, people are going to watch the clip. If it's something amazing, people are going to watch it. So don't always think, but just always stream until moments are happening on live stream. You know, just try that. I think, to me, that's the best method. Because right now, the best thing you can do is just clip. Clip, 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 clip. That is the only thing that's going to really benefit you as a small streamer on Kick is just doing clips. So when you're just live streaming, playing a particular game, just remember in the back of your mind to clip every moment that happened. So that when those moments are being clipped, you can now decide if you want to edit those clips or you could just put those clips out with a good caption. All right? So that is my best advice to give you if you're on Kick and you're trying to grow over there. Just make sure you take advantage of the tools like Schedule on TikTok Studios and YouTube Studios. They do have a schedule. Once you upload the clip, it should be right there in front of you. Just look for Schedule and just schedule when you want that clip to be out. As for YouTube, just go to visibility. It should be in the visibility. Once you are about to make it public, it should have a schedule below that where you just click on it and it will directly give you the day. Like, it may be like a 2-day ahead type of look, but if you want to have that clip ready by the next day, then following day after that and that, it should be right there for you to use with the time that you want it out. So pretty much take advantage of that. And also, like I said, TikTok Studios and YouTube Studios do have analytics. So please use the analytics to your advantage, because most content creators do not use it as much, but some who are really growing are taking advantage of analytics in a way that it helps them understand their audience as well as their content. So please take advantage of analytics, because that can go a long way towards your growth. All right? It's just pretty much staying ahead of the competition. But other than that, that's all I can give you right now. Look out for more information to come to help you grow and Kick. I'm out. I'll see you then.